quantum rules that nobody explains. Expectation sets the upper limit for experience. There's a rule that the universe follows that most people never notice, and it's that nothing ever exceeds what you believe is possible. What you subconsciously expect is possible. Not what you want, not what you affirm, what you expect. If you look at physics, systems behave within a defined boundary, right? If a limit is set, behavior stays inside it. Your expectations work the same way. They act as an invisible ceiling on what's allowed to occur in your reality. And when I say expectation, I mean what you genuinely expect, what you expect with certainty. If I toss a rock in the air, I expect it to go up, then arc down and hit the ground. Obviously. That kind of expectation. I mean, think about the double slit experiment, right? If you don't know what that is, I made an in-depth video about it. It should be pinned at the top of my page. But the essence of it is that particles were shot at a screen. When there was an observer or a scientist in the room watching what happened, the particles hit the screens as little balls. When there was no observer in the room, they made a wave pattern on the screen. They changed form. But it is completely plausible to assume that the particles changed form when the observer was in the room based on the observer's expectation. We as 3D beings, when we think about particles, when we observe particles, we think little balls. And so that is our expectation of a particle. Why didn't the particles hit the wall and appear as starbursts or squares? Because that did not fit the observer's expectation. For a 4D being or 5D being who sees reality completely different than we do, maybe the particles would have hit the wall and appeared as starbursts or squares. But for us, 3D beings, we got the shape that we expected to see from the particle. And this points to a fascinating facet of reality. And it's that reality quite literally morphs, not only due to your observation, but it morphs to fit your expectation. How freaking fascinating is that? This ultimately means that you don't experience what's theoretically possible. You experience what your system considers as plausible, which can be anything. That's up to you. This is why some people receive miracles casually, while other people work to the bone for small results. The expectation window is just different. When your expectations are low, the universe doesn't push past it. And it's not because it can, but because doing so would destabilize the system. It would destabilize coherence. One of the jobs of the universe is to keep reality stable. The upper limit is not the universe. The upper limit is your expectation. And one thing that you need to remember is that you are the universe. So your expectations should be limitless. If you want to know more about the quantum rules, the quantum mechanics behind